But there have been a lot of friends that are just like, you're mad, especially in this climate. So it's just about basically surrounding yourself with the people who are going to lift you up and be constructive in their feedback. Hi, I'm Kylie from Cosmetic Collective. I'm based in Orange in regional New South Wales, and I'm looking forward to joining Jake and David on the Injector Diaries.
And so tell us about your practice, where you're at. I know you said you're not in Sydney. I believe you're in Orange, which
Yeah,
in Orange for the people who don't live in Australia, and me because I've never been there.
It's not just a fruit, it's a place. Yeah.
that's correct. I'm going to sell you on this little town, but not too much. I don't want you all to love it too much. Yeah, I hate the word journey. I think it's been overused in all those Australian Idol shows, but it has been a bit of a journey from the operating theatres of RPA to what was very much a side business. We moved to Orange 5 years ago in 2017, and to paint the picture for us, it's a town of about 45,000 people, about 4 hours west of Sydney. There's a lot of industry here. We have gold mine. We have 2 universities, 3 private hospitals, 3 hospitals, including a base hospital. So there's lots of industry. Department of Primary Industry is based here. And when I moved here in 2017, I was walking down the main street looking around thinking, people are getting service. Where are they getting it from? Because there's no one here. And people were flying out. There was a lot of fly-in, fly-outs from Sydney, and people would travel to Sydney for it. So I went, right, I'm going all in on this. So in 2017, I became a full-time injector, contracting into other people's businesses. And that ranged from beauty therapists to dermatologists to plastic surgeons, dental clinics, the works, under many different sort of systems, which eventually sort of honed down to Fresh. And the vision was to bring what was a standalone medical cosmetic clinic to Orange. Sydney had them. They were everywhere. Jake, I'm familiar with yours, Infinity Clinic, beautiful clinic. That's what I wanted to bring to Orange. So that was the vision. And I finally realized that last year and and was locked down for the first month. So I've had the unique challenge of setting up a multidiscipline sort of holistic clinic with lots of different services under the cloud of COVID in regional New South Wales.
Wow.
I think the word journey is appropriate.
Yeah, that's a challenge, not only from a medical perspective, but from a business perspective, because we were living in such unknown, weird times, and we didn't know what one day was going to be bringing from the previous. So that's incredible. So how did you get started with this? So what was, the first steps, and what were some of the challenges that you faced along the way? Interested to sort of get an understanding of how you kicked it all off.
Well, to set up the clinic, one of the challenges of being regionally based is things like training or even ordering product or equipment. Does come with an extra challenge. So we're a relatively new clinic. I don't have the cash flow to say I'm going to order a month's worth of product. I'm sort of ordering it week to week or fortnight to fortnight, but there's not that reliability of the product coming out. I had done my research on my demographic in the town here. I'd planned my team, the services that I wanted, and the big major piece of investment that I have is the Cutera XLV Plus, beautiful laser. Spent big money on this laser. No one could deliver it, and no one could come and train because of COVID. So we received a $180,000 laser and had to do Zoom training. So all that sort of stuff just added an extra layer of pressure. And like you said, David, from a business perspective, especially in a regional town, they wanting to see, well, what has a previous business earned with this? Whether is one, what did you make last month? Well, I was a contractor last month that I didn't have. So the loans I took out to start this were all personal loans, not business loans.
Right.
Wow. And I've brought in staff, local staff. Everyone here is local. On promises, yes, come, I will pay you, and then locked down. So
that takes some pretty big balls, Kylie.
Some would say it is madness.
You've taken on a lot of debt in your personal name, and not many people are prepared to do that. And it's sort of quite interesting when you sort of get a business to a point where it's successful and you're doing all the great things, and people are patting you on the back and telling you how great you are. A lot of the time, particularly staff, don't recognize or appreciate the risks that you needed to take before it was successful, because everyone can say congratulations once it's already done, right? But when you start becoming successful, a lot of the time that sort of understanding of what's gone into that, the stress that you must have been under, the risks, you know, the belief in yourself, the belief in the vision, is something that not a lot of people understand. So that's really admirable.
Thank you.
That's really inspirational stuff.
Yeah,
I do have a vision, and I do believe it will work. I truly believe in what we're doing, and that, like you said, but you're right. From a perspective, when someone walks up to you in the street and says, gosh, your clinic looks great, you're so lucky, and you go, yeah, yep, that'll be it.
Yeah.
Well, to quote the thing behind you, I like the way you work it, no diggity.
That's my little inspirationally framed poster on the wall.
And what were your sort of friends and family? You know, everyone's got an opinion.
Yes.
Especially family, especially, you know, your parents, probably from a more conservative generation, or people that think, what are you doing? Just go to the hospital, be safe. So what were those sort of conversations like, and how did you process them in your own mind, and sort of, I guess, I'm assuming a lot of people said don't do it, but I could be wrong. How did you sort of push back against that and convince yourself that even all these people who you love and respect are telling you the opposite? How do you
it's been it was challenging. My parents were supportive emotionally. They have no funding to be supporting financially, but they said, if this is what you want to do. My mum's been in the cosmeceutical industry for a long time. She's retired now, but she still contracts to Derma Energy, and she knows the industry, and she knows the demographic from coming out here, and she could see there was a space for this, but it had to be done well and right. So she's been very supportive. But there have been a lot of friends that are just like, you're mad, especially in this climate. What are you doing, and why do it now? Why would you do it now? So it's just, I suppose, I've got a lot of people around me. I've created a real tribe of other women who own local businesses. I have a business coach who knows nothing about the aesthetic industry, but knows Orange and knows full business. So it's just about basically surrounding yourself with the people who are going to lift you up and be constructive in their feedback.
Thanks so much for watching the video. If you want to listen to the whole podcast, go to your favorite podcast app and search for Inside Aesthetics.
If you like the videos we're putting out, please consider subscribing to our channel. Give us a like, smash the bell icon so that you get notified when we put out more content.
If you'd like to support us, our Patreon link is down below, and you can also follow us on Instagram on our personal accounts.